Hey, how'd you like last place?
What?
Last place in the division. Just, wondering if you enjoyed it.
Is this like a trick question? Who would enjoy that?
A lot of teams. I mean, come on. It has a certain je ne sais quoi about it,
First of all, it's je ne sais quoi. Wait, you're French-Canadian. How do you... It's fine. Secondly, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, look, I'll be honest. It's gotta be someone else. It's been 3 years in a row of me ending the season at the bottom of our division. It's someone else's turn, okay? It can't be me again.
Okay, but that doesn't explain the je ne sais quoi thing.
Of course I know what... It's fine. I was trying to make you feel smart so you'd agree with me.
Well, now you look dumb twice, so...
It's your turn to be in last place!
It most certainly is not.
Yeah, well, it can't be me again.
It could be.
I swear on my mother's poutine recipe, if I finish last in the division standings again this year, I'm gonna do something drastic.
You're not gonna do anything.
Oh, you want to test those waters? Do you want to test this? Because you're at the F around stage right now. Do you want to be in the find out stage? Because we can get there.
All right, big boy. Calm down, calm down. I actually know what you can do to keep yourself out of the basement this year.
You do?
Yeah, I've been watching you guys for a while, and it's actually pretty simple. Little change you got to make.
Okay. Well, what is it? Huh?
You need a notebook or something? Make sure you don't forget it?
Quit stalling. What do I need to do?
Okay. Here we go.
I'm ready. Come on.
Okay. All you gotta do is win some hockey games, you Canadian
F*** you.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub. That's a dub. High quality team. Dub. Those things go together. They just do. They go together. We needed that one. My God. Doesn't it feel like you win a game and you'll never lose again? Isn't it funny how that works? Where this team looks terrible, but they win a game and you're just, all right, everything's fixed. We're back. We're better. Everything's fine. It was a great game. There's a lot of reasons to like this game. There's a few reasons where you had to win it. We talked about that last video, but there was another reason that popped up during this game, which we'll get to, that basically said you have to win this game or else you are in trouble. People are going to get fired. It's going to get real bad. That's not where we're at, though. That's not where we're at because we won it. And not only did we win it, but we outplayed them throughout. Our lines actually outperformed the opponent's lines, just like the last Flyers game, actually. We outperformed them, but this time we didn't, have zero finishing ability. We'll take that. The only line, and we'll get to this, but the only line that actually analytically got outplayed and allowed more than they had created was the fourth line. To which you can go, fine, that's fine. That's fine. That happens to a fourth line sometimes, right? Your fourth line isn't always going to win their matchups. You didn't have to get carried by your fourth line to win a game against a bottom-dwelling team. Now, the Philadelphia Flyers are butt cheeks. They're butt cheeks. They're doo-doo butter. They're bad. It just so happens that we're worse. But not actually. They rank 14th on the power play, 5th on the penalty kill, 23rd on offense, and 27th on defense. Whereas we rank 25th on the power play, 20th on the penalty kill, 25th on offense, and 28th on defense. Behind them in every single category. Yet the 2 times we've played this team, we have thoroughly outplayed them, skater-wise. But of course, the first meeting was a shutout where we were shut out, and then this one, we shut them out. I don't think that we are as bad as the Philadelphia Flyers, and Flyers fans will have every bit of opportunity to get their revenge on me at some point, I'm sure, for saying that. But I just don't think we're as bad as the Flyers are. I think the Flyers are bad. I think our numbers right now are as bad as the Flyers are, so it leads to kind of an interesting circumstance 11, 12 games into the season. But this is a team we should beat, and we did beat. And we have the Kraken tomorrow, and if we could put together a couple of wins, all of a sudden you're feeling a lot better. We did go back to basically day one lines. Marchand, Lindholm, Pasta. I know these aren't exactly what game one had, but Zacha, Coyle, Brazeau, Frederick, Potragiki, Beecher, Kostelik, Kepke, Zadorov, Mack, Lindholm, Carlo, Lohrei, Wotherspoon. And then Swayman, backed up Korpisalo. Korpisalo got the start because he was so effective against the Flyers last time that they wanted to use him in this one. Jones and Peak get moved out of the lineup. Geeky and Wotherspoon, as I just said, get moved back in. Probably Geeky's best game of the season. We'll talk about that. And Wotherspoon was effective. He was effective. I haven't looked at Peak as the biggest problem. Peak did have a pretty tough game against the Canes, but so did everyone else. So really, what are we going to harp on him for? Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. The Boston Bruins won a hockey game. Feels like a very long time. But we did it. But let's talk about this game, shall we? Puck drops! I expected to win. I think you did too. I think when that puck dropped, you immediately thought to yourself, we've got this. We've got this one. It's gonna be fine. We've got this. 42 seconds in, we get into the offensive zone. We put some pressure on, and we draw a tripping call as Konechny goes to the sin bin. It's a power play. There is so much standing around on the power play, it makes me want to sob. I am a grown man, and I want to sob when I watch our power play. That being said, they did move the puck better. They created more chances. They're just standing still a bunch, and it bothers me. We're not going to do anything with it. 5:25 in, McAvoy is going to go for roughing. We're going to kill off that penalty. And 7:36 in, a game-changing fact here. Urson is pulled for some sort of ailment. I thought it was a concussion spotter. He took some contact or something. I don't know. I really am not sure what it was that actually got the guy pulled. But regardless, Kolosov takes the net. Kolosov is a 22-year-old rookie. This is his second NHL game. The first was a game against the Habs on October 27th, where he allowed 4 goals on 24 shots. If you weren't supposed to win the game before, you certainly are now. You can't lose this game against the Philadelphia Flyers, even though they had won the previous 2 games, even though they had just beaten you 4 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever it was. You have to win this against a rookie goaltender making his second start. You have to win it. That's when I got nervous, by the way. Super confident at puck drop. The backup, who has basically 0 NHL experience, comes in. Now I'm worried. Because if you lose this game and you look like crap the whole time, Monty's fired. Everyone's cut. The whole world collapses around me. Not literally, but it probably does. The world probably ends if they lose that game. So thank you, Boston Bruins, for not ending the world. Good job by you. What happens next? 8:27 left of the period. Brazeau with a nice feed for Zacha in front of Kolosov. Sorry, I'm chuckling because Zacha has this fun little habit where he gets into more prime scoring opportunities than anyone on this team. And I don't have the data to back that up, but I feel like I'm correct about that. I don't think any other forward on the team, any other player on the team, gets more scoring opportunities than Pavel Zacha. That being said, he misses the fucking net from like 6 feet out. It's a great feed. Just, I love Pavel Zacha. I think he's a very good winger. If he had any finishing ability at all, this guy would be as dangerous as they come. And Devils fans warned us about this. I'm still happy with that trade. Don't get me wrong. The Hala for Zacha swap still feels like a win. And it feels like a win for them too. I think they're happy. I think we're happy. That's fine. But they told me Zacha does not hit the net. King of ping? Absolutely. But he does not score goals. This guy is insanely bad at challenging a goaltender. He just does their job for him all the time. It's either logo or misses the net completely. It's fascinating, honestly. 6:32 left. The third line takes the offensive zone, and they've been dominant so far, and they would remain dominant through the whole game. The third line cooked. They take the zone. Geeky at the top of the slot has 1 defenseman in front of him. Patra on the left side has a defenseman in front of him. Geeky immediately fires it directly into the defenseman in front of him. I know people want to get excited about Geeky's game. This was Geeky's best game of the year. And still in the offensive zone, the guy shoots it directly into the defender. The guy turns the puck over below their net. He loses pucks along the wall. He passes directly into the defender. The third line was unbelievably dominant while Geekie was still doing all of these things. And Geekie was also laying an excellent forecheck. He was creating pressure that created turnovers, benefiting Frederic and Patra. There's obviously positives to his game right now, and defensively he was great. It is just hilarious how inept this guy is with the puck on his stick in the offensive zone. It's genuinely funny. A lot of these players have quirks like this, where it's just funny at a certain point. Geekie is just at the top of that list, probably. Well, Zaka might be, because we just had that conversation. Either way, Geekie's shot gets blocked. It deflects over to the left side. Patra recovers it and gets it to Lindholm at the top of the slot, just high up towards the blue line. Lindholm's going to smash this on net. It is going to take a deflection, I believe, so it just goes off to the left, bounces back out. Patra's below the left circle to collect, whips it on net, and I believe this is still Patra's goal. I don't think it hit anyone else. It finds Kolosov's pads and squeezed through for a goal. Patra finally rewarded. I don't think he was even attempting to shoot on this, but finally rewarded for constantly creating just these havoc positions for other teams' defense. He builds his game that way. He builds it on misdirection and getting the puck where it needs to go. He's brilliant at it. He's great at it. Everything he's done this year, not everything, but the large majority of what he's done this year has been effective offensively. And he has, like I said in the last video, just been let down over and over again by giving the puck to his line mates and watching them sail the puck wide or turn it over. He's setting people up. He finally gets rewarded his first goal of the season. It's 1-0. 1:13 left. Cates goes for holding. We're going to the power play. I hated this call. I thought Cates played an excellent defensive play there against Coyle. Was draped all over him. Physical, nasty. I didn't see a hold really there. But either way, we're going to go to the power play. We're the Boston Bruins. We're not doing shit with it. Start the second period with 47 seconds on the power play. We still do nothing with it. And then 5 minutes into this period, Zaka with 3 chances from the slot. Albeit 2 of them were very challenging, very difficult to get on net. But one of them was a backhand chance directly in the middle of the slot. Again, like 8 feet out from Kolosov. Just flings it wide. Gone. By like a foot. Just so off. The king of ping. Right now, he can't even get the ping. Tough. 6:13 in. Patra's going to go for slashing. We're going to go to penalty kill. We kill it. 8:37 left after a long shift in our zone due to Pasta failing to clear the puck twice and Zadorov failing to clear it once. We finally push the puck out of our zone to Marchand down the left wall, and he's going to fight his way all the way down behind the net. And as Pasta's driving to the net, a bunch of defensemen are going to collapse. Brazeau's coming off the bench. He's in the high slot, coming from that right side. Marchand finds him, and Brazeau puts everything he's got blocker side. It's 2-0. Brazeau and Patra are your goal scorers so far for this one. You got to feel good about that. The third period, I only have one note, which is 3:39 left. Marchand with a long empty netter. 3-0. Crushing my fantasy team because Pasternak and Marchand and Zaka are on my opponent's team, and Pasta got an assist on this. Just brutal to see it done this way, but still 3-0, you take the dub. You're happy with the dub. Game notes. Sort of a third period note. Towards the end of the game, things were getting chippy. And Frederic and Brazeau and Patra, Kostelic, everyone was getting into it. They did not back down. Even when teams got chippy with them. This is the thing. This team doesn't get pushed around exactly. They get outskilled. Obviously, we've seen that this year. And yeah, we've seen some low effort moments. But physically, if you're going to get into each other's faces, this team has a backbone. And they have the size to back it up. And it was nice to see that liveliness come through towards the end of the game. They'd won this game, and they weren't going to allow them to kind of be physical against them. They weren't going to allow the Flyers to do whatever they wanted. Yeah, we're winning this game, but if you want to start getting chippy, we can bring it right back to you. And they did, and I appreciated that. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but I liked it. The other game notes. Somehow, the top line still kind of got outplayed for a large portion of this, particularly the second period. Pasta's really struggling. He's struggling in the defensive zone, which I know, not really breaking news there, but he's not even clearing the puck properly. He's turning it over left and right. We know he has the turnovers, but usually those turnovers are in the offensive zone. It's just been a mess for him right now at 5-on-5. Him and Elias Lindholm are still struggling to put anything together. Marchand and Pasternak still have a little bit of the chemistry because they've spent years playing with each other. But that top line was probably our third best line if I was going to rank them. The fourth line was our worst line for this game. I didn't think they were terrible, but they just weren't as effective in this one. That's totally fine. That's what the fourth line is sometimes. The middle six was excellent. Excellent. I mean, particularly the Poitras line, winning its matchup every single shift. But the Coyle, Zacha, Brazeau line, effective. Simple, but effective. And they just came in waves. I still think Coyle's been one of the few bright spots. I think he's been working his ass off. I know the point totals haven't been there for him, but I've liked his details to his game. And there were a lot better details in this one. And the middle six led the way in that. I thought Wotherspoon was solid. Nothing game-changing, but again, a 7th D is someone you can bring in and just get some solid minutes from. I thought he was good. I thought he was fine. And then the last thing, the details were there. I just mentioned this, but the details were there. Not a lot of odd man rushes or slot chances given up by us for the Flyers to capitalize on. Korpisalo did have to make a couple big saves, but you can't get through a hockey game without your goalie having to make a couple big saves. And the details across the board were better. The passing was crisper. They were finding each other. They were collecting pucks, which I actually thought was the reason the third line was so effective is because they weren't one and done. They would get in the offensive zone, and then they would wrap the puck around, and they'd collect, and they'd find a chance to shoot. They'd collect again, wrap the puck around, get set up again. I thought that was really effective. The details were there. We talked so much about details the last few days. Good. This is positive progression. We'll take that. Positive progression. I think that's kind of redundant, but you know what I mean. Last game note. If these are the types of starts Korpisalo is going to give you against the bottom third of the league, which mostly should be the games he's playing, right? He should be going against lesser teams. Or on back-to-backs, just whichever one isn't as good. But if Korpisalo, not a shutout every time, but just effective goaltending. Make a big save here or there. Don't let the easy stuff in. Let your skaters win the game for you, but do the basics well. If your skaters are going to allow a bunch of high-danger chances, your backup shouldn't be the one you're looking at to make a bunch of huge saves. If you make 1 or 2 a game and then don't let in the easy stuff, we're fine. We're Gucci. Get Swayman back to being a true number 1 elite goaltender, and we're set. We're set in net. Too much money is being spent on a backup? Totally agree. But Korpisalo is great, and there's no reason to get upset about anything he's done over his past couple of starts. If this is the kind of goaltender he can be for us, again, not a shutout every game, but a guy who is effective, doesn't allow the easy stuff in, and makes a couple of big saves, fine. This is exactly what we need from a backup goaltender. I want to make sure people aren't holding him to a standard that we would be holding Ullmark and Swayman to, or Rask and Ullmark, when even, you remember Halak and Khudobin, those guys were really good backups. Really good backups. We don't even need really good. We just need, hey, you're a league average goaltender as our backup. That's great. I'll take that all day. Korpisalo was brilliant tonight. He deserves more credit than the way I'm saying it. But if he can just be good, I'll be perfectly satisfied with his position on this team. Last thing I'll say before I go. I woke up after making the video for the Canes game to a $100 donation from Mr. Edward, which is unbelievable, that generosity. And I really can't tell you what that, I don't even know how to respond to it. I'm so appreciative. Thank you. I woke up to a few new members for the YouTube membership, the quality inspectors. I just can't believe the positivity I saw from a lot of you, and a lot of you vented too, which is nothing wrong with that, but just positive comments about the team and where it's going. Just the community's awesome, and I really appreciate it because these videos help me vent frustration after a bad loss. You guys vent in the comments all the time, which is great, but also the positivity that's there and the generosity. If you're one of the members, or the donation's still just insane. That thought it was a prank. I opened it up and I was like, what am I looking at? I really appreciate you guys. I don't know how to say that to make it sound as authentic as possible. I just really, really appreciate every single one of you. You're so high quality. I mean, we're low quality fans, but you're so high quality, and it's appreciated. It really is. I'm glad that you guys hang out with me and watch along through the season, even if you're just jumping in for the skits. I just appreciate it, and you guys make a very positive impact on my day-to-day life, and I think you should all know that. All right, that was sappy. I should stop and go Bees. Go Bees! Of course, we have to give a huge thank you to everyone who's supporting this channel, especially the high-quality inspectors, our top-line tier members, Chris and Erica, Jeff with a G, Tommy Braga, The Bugman, Roland22, GD Viperworks, Len Cruz, Moonlighter TV, Brock Nope, Han Slomo, Coach D, The Atomic Lizard, Bradley Johnson, Aaron Adams, Brett Arney, Pincent, Adam Ella, and Nick Zatrullo. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. You're all studs and studettes. And of course, a huge thank you to the Stallions, our all-star tier members, Joel, Doots42, Heil E. Coyote, Darren Woodbury, Abraxion, John Kirk, Michael DiPaolo, Wolf Warrior, Vinny, Adrian Winter, Tupton D. Tashi, Nightmare Eco, Bruins Smash, DeKingery, The Only Newts, A Tasty Snack, Dash Riprock, Jacob Pratt, and Jeremy. You are all absolute legends. I appreciate you eternally. And as usual, go Bees!